Huge turnaround from that first half. The defense got better but couldn't close. What you kind of see in the final 5 minutes there?
Well, I mean, it never comes down to the final 5 minutes. I thought in the first half, that was just really bad basketball by us on every front. You know, the 44 in the paint, the 15-second chance, the transition. We didn't do anything in that first half, especially that second quarter. And then down the stretch, yeah, obviously the defense was great. I think they shot 37 in the third and 39 in the fourth. That got us back into the game. That got us out running. We became the aggressor. But sometimes when you dig yourself such a big hole, Matt, you expend so much energy getting back in the game, you don't have the energy to get over the hump. And it looked like we had it. We had the lead. And then obviously we struggled to make shots down the stretch and get timely stops.
What was kind of the decision process with closing with Russ over Christian tonight?
I thought Russ was playing great. I mean, 4 or 6 threes. You know, just having a guy out there that can make shots. And so it wasn't anything that CB didn't do. I just felt that Russ had it going.
Coach, obviously, result didn't turn out how you wanted, but in the third, the defense turned around, and part of that was Peyton getting on Kyrie. Can you talk about the defense there a little bit?
Well, yeah, I thought Peyton for the whole game. You know, that individual matchup, I thought Peyton's defense on Kyrie Irving was probably one of the more tougher covers in the entire NBA. I thought Peyton's defense was, throughout the whole night, outstanding. You know, as a team in the first half, we didn't guard. But in the second half, as you mentioned, not only Peyton, but everybody else got involved, and that's how we got back in the game. But as I told them after the game, as I told them at halftime, you know, you can't ease into a game and expect to win. And now we got to get on a plane and go to L.A. and try to get a road win. So hopefully our lessons learned. You know, good half of basketball, but you don't win in this league by playing a half. You got to play for 4 quarters.
What did you see from Jokic in his first game back?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like I think a lot of guys exhaled because Nikola was back and expected Superman to carry the day, and that's not fair. Do your own job. You know, everybody's got to do their job. I mean, Nikola obviously showed once again why he's the best player in the world. Misses a week of basketball, 3 games, and he goes out and gets a triple-double. And, you know, obviously a great game for him, but it's never about the individual. We as a collective unit, myself included, you know, didn't get the job done.
How do you, in the future, when you're in a situation like this, prevent something from that from the team kind of taking a breath because Jokic is back or something like that?
That, you know, like, I can't do everything for these guys. I mean, like, you're a professional athlete. We all have a job to do. So everybody just got to show up and do your job. And we did that in the second half, but once again, the first half, that wasn't the case. So, you know, when we play hard and we play aggressive and we play physical, we're a good basketball team. When we don't do those things, first game in Memphis, first half tonight, you know, we're not a great basketball team. So we got to understand who we are and the things that are non-negotiable. Playing hard, giving great effort, being physical, fighting, competing, that has to be a constant. So, you know, I'll continue to do my job to help these guys get ready. But, you know, there's also a responsibility upon everybody in that locker room to bring it themselves.
What's closing with Russ today? Kind of a hot hand thing after the way he was.
Yeah, I already answered that.
One more, Matt. Go ahead. Matt, go ahead.
Was just going to ask, you talked about the points of the paint problem. Aaron not being there, is it more of Aaron's physicality, the mental side aspect, or is this just lapses by other guys on the backside rotation sometimes?
Oh, it's definitely, I mean, Aaron helps, right? He helps in so many ways. Size, physicality, rebounding, defense, playmaking. Like, Aaron's a hell of a player who was having a hell of a season before he pulled, you know, had that calf strain. But, you know, I think in the first half we gave up 44 in the paint. And I told our players at halftime, you know, they're on pace to score 88 in their paint. You know, that had my blood boiling. And so the second half, they only had 22. You know, same thing with the rebounding. They had 4 tip dunks in the first half. We're just watching guys go down the lane unimpeded for tip dunks. You know, you play good defense and you don't finish with a rebound. The transition, obviously our turnovers didn't help, but just like how many easy layups do they have in transition? And so our guys answered the bell, they responded, but once again, as we all know, against a good team, you just can't pick and choose your spots. You got to be a lot more consistent and play as close to 48 as you can. And although it was a valiant effort and a great comeback, we ultimately came up short, and that has a lot to do with what happened in that first half.
Michael, does Jamal's shot selection tell you anything? I think 11 of his 16 attempts were from three tonight, or are you pretty pleased with the looks he's getting and they're just not dropping?
I think overall, because I don't think he shot it, as well as we would have hoped early in the season, and obviously with the way we know he can shoot. So I think overall, a lot of times there are good shots. Obviously, they got very aggressive with Jamal tonight, blitzing his pick and roll, and so we'll watch the film, Vinny. 4 of 16, obviously 4 of 11 from 3. Some of those are shots that he normally makes, and I'm sure some of those are probably maybe shots where maybe we could have swung it or made an extra pass for maybe a better shot, but that's, I'm saying that without actually having watched the film to verify that. But yeah, we got to find a way, and I have to find a way to help Jamal get going. 11 assists tonight, obviously is a great number for him, only 3 turnovers. But down the stretch after we got that lead, we just weren't able to close it out like we usually see with Nikola and Jamal.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.
Goal line, patient in here.